Disclaimer. I do not own anything. Chapter 4. The Wedding. Bella.
OMG, OMG.
I said to myself as I got out of bed, I couldn't believe I was getting married today. It had seemed like yesterday that Mr. Cullen, or Edward, was telling me to stay after class on the last day of school to tell me that he really liked me and he wanted to try a relationship with him that summer. My parents wouldn't be at the wedding because I hadn't seen or heard from my mom since she left, and my dad hated me, so either one of them knew that I was even getting married. And Edward was stayed at Jasper's house last night because it's tradition that you can't see the bride before the wedding, and Hallie was at her grandparents' house because I had my bachelorette party last night and she couldn't be here. Plus, that's where she will be staying for the next 2 weeks while Edward and me are on our honeymoon, which Edward will not tell me where we're going, but then again, I love surprises from Edward. Now that I was getting married and spending the rest of my life with the one true person who loves me inside and out, with that said, my best friend Alice just busted right into my room and dragged me out of B and into the bathroom to make sure I was showered and changed to something comfortable like sweats, so that I didn't not get makeup all over my dress. The wedding was at once, so that gave me time to get ready and to make myself look like a princess, because today was my say to shine. All the attention would be on me, and they could always count on the blushing bride. I took a long shower, one, to get my thoughts together, and two, I didn't want to rush anything because I would have a lot of time to get myself worked up about nothing. When I got out of the shower, it was 9:30, plenty of time to get all the things I need to get done. When I went into the bedroom to get changed, I found a box in my bed, and in the box was 2 dozen roses and a card from Edward that read,
To my dearest Bella and wife-to-be, I'm counting down the hours till I get to see you. I can't wait till you're my wife. Protect my heart. I've left it with you. I love you with all my heart, Edward.
I started to cry when I finished reading the note, and I couldn't wait till I was his wife. Now that I've eaten and applied my makeup. That was funny. You're applied makeup.
Bella, is that blush between your teeth?
I just actually can't believe that in an hour's time I will no longer be Isabella Marie Swan. I'm going to be Miss Cullen, or Isabella Marie Swan Cullen. I'll be a wife, mother, and I'm ready. Ready to start my life with Edward and Hallie, and maybe give Hallie a little brother or sister in the hopefully not too near future. Maybe in a couple of years of being married and going to college myself. As I finished thinking, my best friend and maid of honor walked in and told me that it was time that we started going to the church because everyone else was already there. So with that said, I went to my closet, pulled out my dress, and quickly slipped it on, and Alice zipping me up. I was so confident because it arrived here yesterday. This is the first time I've ever tried it on. Okay. And then I put on me white stiletto heels and put my veil into place. When I was finished with all of that, I turned around and looked in the mirror and couldn't believe that the woman in the mirror was actually me. Out the blue, I heard Alice, who I still didn't know was in the room, say,
Bella, you look amazing. And remember to have fun because today is your day.
Okay, Alice, I will remember to have fun, and I want to make sure that you do too. Got it, Missy.
I said to her as I turned around back to the mirror to get on, finally look at myself before I headed off to the church.
Yeah, I got it.
She replied back. Then she returned to the door and left the room with me hot on her heels. we walked out the front door into the waiting white limo that we had ordered to take us to the wedding and the rest of the party back to the reception that was being held in the backyard. When we arrived at the church in Seattle, it was 12:30, and the ceremony would be taking place in just 30 minutes. I just wanted to apply a little more makeup since you need to know. And so that it was fresh when I walked down the aisle. When I finished with that, I heard a knock on the door, and I said,
Come in.
and surely enough, it was Carlisle, Edward's father.
Hello, Bella. How are you feeling? Any pre-wedding jitters?
He said with a smile on his face.
Surprising? No.
I smiled. I replied with a smile that could light up an entire city.
Well, I just wanted to ask you, since your father will not be here to walk you down the aisle, if you wanted me to. I would understand if you wouldn't want me to, but you feel like the daughter I never have had. You will be soon enough. And soon enough you will be.
I laughed. I thought a lot about his words and replied,
Yes, I would love it if you would walk me down the aisle, and this means a lot to me that you think of me like that.
It's no problem at all, Bella. I guess it's time to get this party on the road.
As he said that, he held me up and led me to the doors where Alice was already at and waiting for her cure. Alice stared down the aisle, and then as she was halfway down the aisle, and the music changed, cueing me that I was my turn. And as I started down the aisle, everyone stood up and watched me, and I knew that's where I belonged. Edward's point of view is going to be a bit of a bogan Australian. As I heard the music change, I knew the love of my life was at the other end of the aisle, coming towards me. Then she came to view. My heart stopped. She looked absolutely breathtaking as the dress fitted perfectly around her perfect curves. And what brought me to tears was my father walking down the aisle to me, and he didn't know how much this means to both of us. And words just can't describe the feeling I have right now. And then in an instant, she was right in front of me, being handed over to me by my father, and we took those last few steps up to the altar. As the minister started with the ceremony, I noticed Bella and how beautiful she looked. And then the minister asked for my vows that I had written for Bella.
Isabella Marie Swan, Bella, I have looked at you since you first walked into my classroom with your hair blowing behind you and looking like a goddess. You were beautiful inside and out. You were always the brightest, and even though I was the teacher, you were always teaching me new things that I never even knew. And when we first started dating and Hallie was now mine to take care of full time, you stepped immediately and became her mommy, and you were there for all her first, step words. You even taught me how to change a diaper and make a file, and I hope that one day that you and me can give Hallie a little brother or sister. So today I bind myself to you and make you your husband, father of our future kids, and always will be there, and faithful to you every day for the rest of our lives.